Welcome. Good to have each and every one of you here. A quick introduction about RKY Group. RKY Group is a dynamic conglomerate, a group of companies dedicated to bridging the gap between people and opportunities, right? And we have a wide range of portfolio from RKY Careers, which is the current host of today's session. RKY Careers is a multi-award-winning edtech company offering practical bootcamps in data analysis, business analysis, project management, and so much more. We have about 2,500 success stories of people who we have successfully placed in jobs, their desired roles across these fields. And of course, we also are known for helping people gain practical experience that they can put on their CV through our bootcamps, as well as them landing those roles. So we've got Apply Body, which is our job application as a service business where we help busy professionals to apply to jobs and support them with interviews as well. We've got a podcast where we share insight success stories across career, business, and wealth building. Then we've got Limitless Without Borders, which is our physical networking events. The next one coming up in June 27 in London, where we bring together professionals, businesses, investors, creators, and also employers, recruiters in the room to link people with the opportunities they need for their next step, as well as immigration specialists and endorsements specialists. So the next one is happening in June. For those of you that joined from Nigeria, we have good news. This event would also be happening in Lagos this year on the 15th of August at Queen's Park at Water Corporation in Lagos. And then we've got RKY Business Hub, where we help, is a high impact community where we help business owners, founders, to scale their businesses and to also turn their idea to successful businesses. Just like I said, RKY Careers is a multi-award-winning edtech company that empower international professionals and students to excel in a competitive global job market. Since 2001, we've been supporting international students in the UK to navigate the job market, as well as locals to navigate the job market and to gain industry experience, because what you learn in school is not what translates into what you need to actually hold a job or secure a job. Our bootcamps are very practical and experience focused, so they are not like bootcamps that are specifically to help you pass professional exams. They are actually more robust because they help you to be able to roll your sleeves to work even without having the certification. And we understand the unique challenges of international professionals, of migrants, of international students, of minority ethnics. And our goal is to bridge the gap and ensuring that, they thrive in their pursuits. We've helped people who were once carers and today are earning six figures in their careers. We've had people who were once security professionals and today are project managers, managing very diverse projects. And that's why for this our impact, we've won loads of awards from top 25 changing the face of education in 2022 down to tech startup of the year in 2025, and most recently business owner excellence in 2026. A little bit more about myself. I'm the founder and CEO of RKY Careers. I'm a full-time entrepreneur, and I'm committed to growing my initiatives, which are solely to impact the lives of professionals, founders, to do better and to live a limitless life. I've also won personal awards as well, from top 25 advancing diversity and inclusion in corporate UK to outstanding coach and mentor, to top 24 advancing, to being a Forbes Coaches Council member, and so much more. So now let's talk about a little bit more about Limitless Without Borders. Like I said, is that room that everyone here wants to be in June. If you have gotten your tickets to attend Limitless Without Borders, let me see you raising a hand. And if you've never heard about Limitless Without Borders as well, Right, let me know if you've never heard about Limitless Without Borders, because it's the only physical events we do at RKY Careers. Every of our other engagements are virtual, our classes are virtual, but once a year we all meet, right? And not only our students, anybody at all that wants to live a limitless life, either through career, business, wealth building, investments, property investments, stocks and shares investments, and the likes, whatever it is the case may be, in that room you would not leave the same way you came. And the good thing is that our locations are always very central. In previous editions, we hosted 1,200 attendees, the biggest event of its kind, where we had people traveling from all over, from Glasgow, and the success stories that came out of it is actually the reason why we keep doing this year after year. We had people that left Limitless Without Borders and went straight to register their businesses, which have now made so much in revenue, and they wouldn't have done that if they did not come to that room. We had people who had all the insights they needed to then go put in application for their global talents visa, and today they don't need to worry about visa sponsorship anymore. We had people who got the information they needed as well for self-sponsorship, right, for what they need to be in their next level. So we had people that learned more about how to raise funds for their business. So what we've done about this room is that we especially curated it to meet the needs of our people exactly where they are right now. We have some people whose needs right now is, I just need visa sponsorship. I just need visa sponsorship. If that is your need, that room is for you, because we are going to be having visa sponsorship experts, right, in the room. And if you want to get your UK settlement as well, either through Global Talents, we have one of the UK Home Office approved endorsing body as one of our sponsors that would also be in the room for Innovator Visa, right? So if it's also like, I have a job, I just want to start investing and I want to know more. I don't even know how they do all this stock investing. Every day I'm seeing an influencer post, hey, I made so amounts. If that is what you want to know, that room is for you. Like I said, we specially created it for every persona we have within our community. And if you are that person, we have a workshop for investments in stock, shares, and how to start from as little as even £10 monthly, and how it plays out in a year, in 2 years, and all of that. And if you're that person that you want to get on the property, you want to start property investments, we have a workshop specially for you to help you understand how you can start with as little capital as possible to start having that extra income. This is 2026, right? And also, if you are that person that wants to know how to turn your skill sets, monetize your skill sets to start making, to start building wealth through creator economy. We all know that the creator economy is currently booming. Everybody is being a creator. So that is also not left over. So from finances to career, business, we also have speakers that have raised over $100 million in capital for their business. So if you're that person, you're an immigrant in this country, and you think you can't become a unicorn, for those of you that know those terminologies, and you cannot raise fund, guess what? We have people like you that moved to this country less than 5 years ago, that are running a business that is funded, up to 100 million investors' money. If you want to learn how to raise fund for your business, or you want to learn how to build a sustainable business without even raising fund at all, that room is definitely the one for you. So depending on whatever your situation is covered in that room. There's some solutions you don't get by just applying online or sitting from your house. There's some solutions you get by getting up and going out. And the good thing is that it's in summer, so we don't have any excuse. Let me tell you the best part. At LWB, since we've been doing it, we always have children room, so people are always welcome to come with their children. We have childcare available at the venue, so come with your children. Make sure you don't come alone. How much is the ticket? For everything I've said is £15. This is a CSR by RKY Careers. The tickets we sell from LWB, even though we had 1,200 attendees last year, did not even cover the venue. And that's to let you know that this is us giving back across all the different locations we do it. So do not let all of this waste. There are some speakers we reached out to come and share their knowledge that we had to pay. Of course, we paid for venue, we pay for this, we pay for that. All of this we are doing because we are advocating for our community. We are creating rooms that are solving problems. If you did not know, as an immigrant, if you want to get in the property investment ladder, it's a different ball game. The lenders that will lend to you are different, but you won't know this if you don't go to events that are specially curated for you. You only go to if you only go to events where it's generic, they would not might not even know that there are some things unique. The same way you go to some events and they don't mention anything about visa sponsorship because it's not a problem to them. So events where things that matter to you are mentioned, are catered for, are the place you definitely want to be. In addition to all of this, we have so many scholarships to be won. We have a £5,000 to give away to a business owner that wants to turn their idea to successful business. We have raffle draws, we have entertainment, we have music, we have food. It's a full day, and then we have awards. In our community as well, we know a lot of people struggle to be noticed and celebrated for the wonderful work they're doing, and that's why we created this For Us by Us, where we nominate ourselves, we celebrate ourselves, so there are awards to be won on the day as well. So the tickets has been dropped. There's a VIP opportunity as well, so the link is on the chat box. Please click on it, secure your seats, because in as much as we don't have a lot of people representing us in rooms, when they feel that are representing us in rooms that matter, when they come up with initiatives that they have, thought through and put together to fill those gaps that exist in our communities, let's take good advantage of it. Being in the room is their own KPI too for their partners, for their partners that they've told, come, our community needs your help. Our community needs to learn. They don't want to come and talk to 5 people in the room. They want to come, and talk to people that actually, because even if they're talking for free, they want to know that their time would make an impact, at least to someone. Okay, so if you'll be booking your tickets to attend Limitless Without Borders, let me see your hand up. Let me see you comment LWB in the chat box. Can you guys still hear me? I've been talking to myself. Fantastic. That's for London. For Lagos as well, we are also bringing diaspora knowledge transfer, intelligence, tech, and all those things. We are bringing it back to Lagos. We need to know that you don't necessarily need to jackpot or travel or do that before you thrive, right? You can't do that. You can be earning in foreign currency from your home country. You don't need to rely on your government for employment, or you rely on local companies. You can get jobs remotely, right? And live a very fulfilling life, only if you know how to go about it, only if you know how to. So from career to business, the same thing, and is what we are taking to Lagos this year as well. And in Lagos, it's going to be massive. It's going to really be massive. So if you know people that also have businesses across the UK, we are also building exhibition booths for people to showcase their business. So if you have a business and your customers, you want to showcase your customers to over 1,500 attendees, we have exhibition slots for you at Limitless Without Borders. So that's going to be it about Limitless Without Borders. Let's go straight. So these are pictures and highlights from last year. You can see our speakers. So this was the career panel. So we had people from, people that are vice presidents, executive directors, academia, right, across board, people that are beneficiaries of Global Talents Visa in tech and so on. And then we have here the business panel as well, Global Talents beneficiary, and MBE, one of those that's, and also like a business consultant. So you can see the awards, you can see the £5,000. It was actually like a great event. You can see the massive number of people in the room, 1,200 attendees. It's actually something that's, is an event that you definitely don't want to miss. So if you need to take a day off, please do. If you need to book in the leave, do, because it's not every time that you work. Sometimes you step out. Even in my own curating of this event, so many things, because to plan an event or to put an event together is not easy. You have a speaker, that this speaker, I want this person, but you can't just reach out to the person randomly. Sometimes you look for the events they are going to, you go there. So even I have had to do a lot of networking to be able to put together the speakers we have for this year. Is the Lagos link here? So admin, please, let's share the Lagos link on the group as well. Okay. All right, so let's go on. Today we're here to talk about tech. Like I said, RKY Careers, our mantra, our main, everything we do is related to tech, because without tech, we can't advance our careers, we can't advance our businesses, and so we train people at RKY Careers to transition to tech through our practical program. And another thing that is very special about the way we deliver our boot camps is that they are always two in one, giving our attendees and our students the opportunity to prepare themselves for a two-in-one experience in a very competitive job market that we are. So even if you apply for project management, you get the opportunity to learn and gain experience in business analysis. If you apply for Microsoft, for instance, you get the opportunity, to learn PowerPoint. If you apply for Scrum, you have the opportunity to learn. Guys. Yes, the session is recorded and it will be available on YouTube. Okay, so for digital marketing as well, you get to also learn SEO, PPC, email marketing, social media, SEM, and I know that digital marketing will most likely be the last thing I will talk about in terms of course, but I wanted to quickly put something out there about digital marketing. There's a lot of misconception out there about the career path for digital marketing, and that's because there's so many things people are calling digital marketing right now, but those things are not digital marketing. Digital marketing as a career path requires you to understand search engine optimization, pay-per-click, email marketing, social media marketing, SEM, and so much more. Digital marketing is not community. For those of you that are very active on social media, because a lot of people, when they hear people advertising digital marketing, they think is the one like building digital products or doing marketing or say come and join my community or come and do affiliate marketing. So that's not what we teach here, just to make that clear, because there's still a career path that is digital marketing. And then compliance, KYC, AML. So this is for those who are interested in a career path in compliance, maybe foreign trained lawyers, bankers, and the likes. And then on the right hand side here, I've got standalone services that we also offer, from CV optimization to career advisory. So if you are unclear what you want, you have an issue, you can book a consultation to talk to me about your career next steps, about then interview preparation. If you have an interview coming up, we can always support you with that. We have a standalone service that you can book. That's if you are not our alumni. But if you are our alumni, you don't need to do that because it's free. It comes, as part of the bootcamp you enroll for. Then LinkedIn optimization as well. All of this, our students get them for free as part of our bootcamp support services, right? Apart from the business coaching, which is under the RKY business. Now, let's talk about in-demand tech skills for global opportunities. But one thing I want to ask to make this interactive, because I know I've just been talking, and I'm sure you guys are tired of this, or maybe you're tired, or maybe not. What does tech mean to you? When you hear tech, what comes to your mind? Let's use the chat box. Coding, fantastic. Beautiful. When you hear tech, what comes to mind? Using technology to make work easier. I love that. Only two people have answered me. Where is everyone? Computer-based solutions. Thank you for that. What does tech mean to you? Computer-based solutions. Abby says solving problem in the easiest way possible. Fantastic. Erasmus says innovation. I love that. I love that. Okay. Now let's talk about technology. Technology continues to shape how businesses operate, how they grow and compete across industries. Across industries. And tech is everything you all have said, from computer-based technology to innovation, being in tune with recent trends, diversification in using internet to carry out tasks. Fantastic. Streaming business through tech skills. I love that, Ellen. Do we have anyone who also wants to have a go? Okay. So tech is a lot of things. I believe tech is a mindset. It's a mindset and the ability to be able to adapt flexibly and be able to try out new things and also be able to apply change where necessary and do things smarter, innovative, and more productive way. So as a result, the demand for tech professionals with practical tech and digital skills continues to grow. So individuals, for instance, who can analyze information, who can manage projects, who can improve processes and support business operations. Right. So tech skills are no longer limited to technical roles. So tech skills is not limited to just coding, based on the response of Kemi. Tech is not coding. There was a time that people used to think that tech was all about coding, but tech is no longer about coding. It's way more than that. You know, tech is actually an in-demand skill and a mindset. So for professionals looking to grow, pivot, and position themselves for broader opportunity, building relevant tech skills is a clear and structured pathway, into roles that are recognized, transferable, and valued across different markets. The job market is actually becoming more structured, and now more than ever, we all need to get tech skills or move into tech. You know why? First of all, we have the cost of living crisis. I don't know if you're in this room and you're not feeling cost of living crisis, or if you're in this room and you are feeling the cost of living crisis. Comment cost in the chat box. Let me know I'm not alone. If you know, some people don't know what cost of living crisis is, so, right? All the people I have on this call, they're not feeling it. When they were saying it that year, cost of living crisis, when Uncle Boris was saying it then that most everybody should go and get a second job. That people will probably need to get a second job because there's nothing the government can do. We thought it was a joke, but 2 years after, the cost of living crisis is real. Michael is the only one that can relate. Every other people on the call, they can't relate to cost of it, which is good. I like that. It means that we are above, our income is so high that we are above all this, because it comes from the place of tax, higher taxes. I don't know if anybody has experienced higher taxes, higher fuel, higher petrol, higher, everything is higher. Everything is higher. Nothing that used to be the same price is the same. I don't know if you guys can relate to. That's the I can see. Michael says cost to Erasmus cost. Smith. Yeah?
Top.
Smith cost, it cost die. As in, I agree with you. You know, they easy. Of course, increments in daily expenses. That's exactly what we mean. And the solution to that, guys, nobody's coming to save us. So nobody is coming to save us. We need to save ourselves. And one of the ways we can save ourselves is to position ourselves for career paths. We can use our career, which is why we are here today. We need to position for high income roles. We need to position ourselves for high income roles, and tech is one of those that offer this opportunity. One of our alumni, for those of you that follow my personal page, Coach Rookie, I shared a message one of our alumni shared with me some days ago about joining the six-figure league. You know, as much as all this cost of living crisis exists, some people are living above it as well. And one of the ways to live above it is to position yourself in career paths that can allow you. The second reason why tech is non-negotiable for especially immigrants, I'm sure you all know the recent updates that if you want to get your settlement in 5 years, it's not your 5-year settlement that used to be automatic. It's no longer automatic. What's the condition? Who knows the condition for getting shorter settlements? Who knows? I know we are all British here, so nobody knows. Yeah? Everybody here is British, or, they're not in the UK, so they can't relate. People are not answering me. Okay, Falawiyo says higher paying jobs. So you don't want to wait till you're desperate before you start positioning for those higher paying jobs. You need to start now. Even if you're in care at the moment, you need to start finding a way to start preparing for your exits in the care. Then another reason is the comfort and flexibility that tech gives. I was talking to someone close to me recently, and she was complaining about the struggle of managing a family when the two parents are doing shift jobs. I don't know who here is doing. If you are doing shift job here, comment shift. Let me know. I have my people in the comment section. If you can relate to this story I'm about to tell about the fact that they're not able to live a quality life. Although for them, they're even still lucky because they have a job, they have sponsorship. Their own problem now is that they don't have a balanced life. Husband will work in the morning for wife to be able to work at night. And now the pressure is there for one of them to move into a remote kind of role so that somebody can actually be able to have time to work from home and do school runs and, be there with the kids during normal hours. And the other person too can do like 9 to 5 for their shift work and not be chasing nights, looking for night or begging for nights. From what I hear, night is difficult to get safe in the shift work that most people do. Lucky says same. Lucky can relate. At least I'm glad at least one person can relate. So we need to live a quality life. We don't want to be chasing after buses to catch the next shift. We don't want to have to forfeit family life and quality life because we want to make ends meet. What is the point if all we are working for is just to pay bills and we have nothing left at the end of it, months and months? So that will take me to what the job market currently is. So if you're one of those that want to move out of this current situation that we've described into a more fulfilling high income career path, comment income in the chat box while I take you through what you now need to get there. The job market has really evolved, and I'm sure that most of us can relate. And the expectations for candidates are no longer the same. There was a time when certificates and basic knowledge of digital tools were enough to get noticed. Many candidates could apply for roles with little or no practical experience and still be considered. But guess what? The standard has changed. It looks like in this meeting, I only have like 6 people, Kemi, Smith, Michael, Peter, Helen, Opeyemi, Ebere, and Folawiyo. Those are the people here. But the standard has changed now. Right now is about practical work experience. It's about completing projects with clear outcomes and being able to translate this and talk about this. And it's about ability to show that you have an evidence of problem solving and impact. And your ability to work with real tools, systems, data, and technologies. And clear communication. You see that part? You can even do courses. If you don't know how to communicate your skills, if you don't know how to communicate when you get the job, you will still struggle. And that communication will come from practice. You need to start practicing. You want to become a project manager. Do like a program that allows you to work on a real project. So you're already talking in those terminologies to your supervisors on the project, such that when you get the job, you are able to stand out in the job market. Relying on certificates is no longer enough. Without practical experience, and guess what? Practical experience is not, I paid for bootcamp. Practical experience is, I paid for bootcamp. I attended the classes, but I'm applying myself. Some people, they join bootcamp, but they just use it to pass time. And they look for who to blame after. It's just like 2 people doing internship. One person is doing internship. 2 people are doing internship. One of them, the only thing the person does on the internship is go and buy rice, go and buy chicken, go and print this paper. While the second person is on the internship, the same period, but the person is given difficult work to do. The person is told to join meetings at late nights. The person is thrown in the deep end and told to swim up by himself. The experience these 2 kind of people will come out with will never be the same. And that's why I would always recommend boot camps to just internships anywhere or volunteering. Because if you volunteer somewhere, they will use you for what they need in that company, not what you need for your next job. So the focus has shifted from what did you learn to what have you done. It's surprising that when people don't get jobs, they never blame their universities. Have you noticed that? Nobody has ever blamed the university they went to for them not getting a job after they graduated. That's the same thing. Nobody has ever blamed university for giving them 3rd class while they are giving their friends 1st class before. Because everybody knows that you put in is what you put in, you get out of it. The same with boot camps. And the same with job application process. If you start applying to jobs today, you do 5 jobs, you get rejection, you stop. You will never get to the place where you have success story to share. And you want to compare yourself to someone that is putting 20 job applications every day, even when rejections, the person don't give up, the person continues. The results cannot be the same. Some of us do boot camps, but we don't follow through. We don't follow through to participate and gain experience. First of all, we don't even make the right choices to go with the right institutions. Institutions that would support you, that have the right processes in place. And then when we now do, we don't participate. So building real and visible experience is now one of the strongest ways to position yourself for meaningful career opportunities. This my alumni that I'm talking about. 6-figure job, pounds, not dollar, pounds. In this UK that we all are. The person did business analysis course. And then had some experience or training as well in cybersecurity. In fact, the cybersecurity was first. The person had cybersecurity experience, but was unable to get a job because the person was an immigrant. When the person moved to the UK, the person did my business analysis bootcamp, added that to the cybersecurity, got the first role as a business analyst, band 5 civil service. And then, and the person didn't give up, which is what I was saying about is the mindset, is what you are doing with yourself. And now, today, through consistency, this person today has never missed Limitless Without Borders events, always gathering all the right information, being in the right room. Today, 6-figure job. So why do does tech careers that's not the first person you know. Why does tech career remain the strongest pathway to actually position? We've talked about that. The blooming demand. Jobs in tech are growing at a staggering rate, outpacing the rest of the job market by a significant margin. Diverse fields. The tech umbrella is not just coding or programming. There's a wide range of roles within tech you can position yourself for. Competitive salaries. Tech skills are usually at a premium, and companies are always willing to pay top dollar for them. That's why you would see someone finish a boot camp in business analysis, and they're immediately able to command £60,000, salary. And then innovation and creativity. A career in tech allows you to work on cutting-edge projects and innovative solutions. If you are in tech, you would have to be working on things that are predicting the future, getting data from the past. Then flexibility and remote work. I'm sure a lot of us don't want to chase after boss, or don't want to not have a balanced life, like we said, where husband will work in the morning, wife will work in the night. They never see it face to face. Only, even on public holidays that they're meant to do family time. The husband has gone again to collect high rate shifts. Wife has gone again, Then global opportunities. These opportunities we are talking about is not limited to the UK. So if you are joining from anywhere in the world, or you're looking to move to anywhere in the world, these skills carry the same strengths. A data analyst in Nigeria and a data analyst in the UK and Canada and the likes, they all do the same thing. Continuous learning and development, and then opportunity for visa sponsorship, and so on and so forth. So here are some of the fastest growing tech career paths to explore. We've got data analysis and business intelligence. This is where you extract data from database and bring out information from it. Data can be anything. Sometimes data is a long spreadsheet of just data. Just data doesn't have a meaning until information is brought out of it, and then it will make a meaning to the user. It's one of the career paths that is actually oil right now, because everybody is relying on data. Everybody is relying on data. Then, project management and business analysis. Product management and agile delivery, digital marketing and growth marketing, compliance, KYC, AML, and then artificial intelligence, which is why across our wide range of courses, artificial intelligence was included as a free module. So these paths continue to grow because of how they directly contribute to organizations. Now let's leverage tech in the job markets. So here are some common mistakes to avoid. Focusing on certificates, learning multiple skills without direction, not building a portfolio or documenting, waiting for perfect readiness. I want to be 100% perfect. I've just learned, I want to make sure that my process map is, well curved. It has all the features and everything. And then ignoring opportunity to gain practical work experience through boot camps, volunteering and so on. And they're not understanding how your skills connect to real job. Avoid these mistakes to help you save time and stay focused. So how do we build relevant tech experience with zero prior background? It's very possible. You start with practical skill-focused projects. You use real or simulated business scenarios. Employers want to see how you think, and working with real data sets, case studies, or company style tasks to make your portfolio stronger. Also, volunteering your skills strategically to non-profits, to small businesses, student organizations and community groups. Then take internship and short-term engagements, build a project's portfolio, and then in our enroll in our boot enroll in our boot camps. Not necessarily in this particular order, but these are the things you need. Now let's look at the NHS. A lot of us think that NHS only hires. A lot of us think NHS only hires care professionals, doctors, nurses, and the likes, but the truth of the matter is that there are so many non-health care, they call it non-clinical roles within the NHS to position for, as tech professionals. We've got project managers, human resources professionals, and so on and so forth. So, and again, the NHS also happens to be one of the main sponsors, right, of skilled worker visa. So you can see this role, but the thing is that it has to be a high band role. If you want to explore sponsorship in the NHS, it has to be band 6, 7 and above. This role we can see here, quite old though, but it's eligible for visa sponsorship. Also, let's look at another reason that you can take from, getting into tech. The Global Talents Visa is a tech, there's a tech category under it. And if you search for the UK Global Talents and put people and you put your nearest city, you'll find out that most of the people that are beneficiaries of these visas that are from Nigeria are into tech in one way or the other. From product manager to innovation, civic tech, to digital and growth marketer, to ads certified manager, and so on. So valuable skills again for a successful career in tech. So if you are looking to get into tech, there are some non-negotiable skills you need to have. From analytical skills, which is ability to do critical analysis, impact analysis, decision analysis, document analysis, you need to have this skill set. It needs to be analytical in nature if you are considering tech. Communication skills, like I said, that one is non-negotiable. Everybody needs good communication skills, from oral to written to collaboration to presentation. We need to be able to communicate our ideas. Even from interview stage, they will ask you to put your ideas for a particular problem on a slide for them to review. Communication is really important. Solution mindset, you have to be that person that's able to always investigate a situation, and properly escalate it if it doesn't end on your desk. Also adaptability, which is the ability to drive change, accept change, and be the change. All the companies and institutions right now are going through change, and change is usually when you move from how you used to do things to a new way of doing things, and you have to be adaptable, meaning that you have to be able to learn new skills without any puzzle. Then problem solving, we already said that, from variance analysis to reconciliation, for root cause analysis, and so on. Stakeholder management, which is the ability to manage stakeholders, from relationship management to communication to reporting to conflict resolution, and so on. And then process management. This one and process improvements, very important, regardless of whether or not you are in the change related role. You must be able to answer questions about automating and process improvements. How did you take your current processes when you reviewed it? How do you take it from where it is now to where it is, where it's supposed to be? So it is able to tell them a time where you joined the team of a new company, you observed their processes, you had some observations, you noted down your observations, you made a recommendation, you escalated the issue, and it got resolved. Every role, even digital marketing, even non-digital marketing now, right, are adding process improvement as a requirement in their interviews. So you can get questions like, tell me how you streamline your content, and so on and so forth. The team collaboration, fostering a very good, productive environment is crucial to protect projects. Right. So these are skills that I must have, that you must have if you are going into tech. So here are some tech fields with global potential global potential on the screen, from data analysis to data engineer to data scientist. You can see the list. And another thing I want you to know, and the mindset I want you to have around tech, is that tech is not something to be scared of. It's not just a must-have skill, it's also a role. It's not Sorry, tech is not just a role, but it's a must-have skill set. So we can't be seeing tech like, oh, I don't want to be a project manager, so I don't need tech. Oh, I don't want to be a business analyst, so I don't need tech. No. Everybody needs analytical skill set to be able to look at data and say, I can analyze this data, right, and so on. Everybody needs to have collaboration skills, regardless of the level you are getting into or the role. You need to be able to collaborate with others. That collaboration skills and stakeholder management skills, very important. Design skills as well. Either you are like a process map, someone that will be doing process map, you need to be able to do designs. You need to be able to come up with, you need to have a design thinking, a way of thinking. Then digital marketing. Even selling yourself as a candidate for a job opportunity is marketing. You need to be good at marketing. See yourself as a product that you are selling. Your skill set, which is why when we are trying to get jobs, it's not just about applying to jobs. Going to an event is part of your initiatives you put in place to get a job, right? Posting on LinkedIn every day, very important. It's part of your marketing skills you've put in place to make yourself visible as a product, right? Social media management skills, also very important. Cyber and information security skills, very important. Artificial intelligence skills and personal branding skills. So regardless of your role, to stand out in your desired field, you must possess this field. So now let's talk, guys. Where are you right now, and what is stopping you from landing and moving into the high income role that you've always wanted? What is stopping you? I would like to hear from as many people as possible so that we can address the question about where we are right now. Where are you right now? What is stopping you? Let's use the chat box. And I want to quickly get what's downstairs. So let's drop the question quickly. What is stopping us? I love it. I can see questions already answers coming in, not passing interviews. So let's keep it coming. So what is stopping you, guys? What is stopping you? What is stopping you? What is stopping you? What stage are you getting stuck? What stage are you getting stuck? Let's do a quick diagnosis. What is stopping you? Okay. Peter says, unfortunately, one finished person. In fact, Peter, Kadiri says not passing interviews. Right, not passing interviews. Right. Okpayemi says moving past the interview stage, not scheduled for interviews at all. Also, I'm getting interviews. Interview stage and many, unfortunately. Peter, don't know how to navigate the UK job market. Falawiyo, I am an alumni. I tried the compliance rules 2 years ago with the aim of transitioning. The unfortunate meals drove me into depression, but I'm here again to try something else, although I have been crippled by fear. Do not let yourself be crippled. Rejection is really part of the journey. Even if you have the right skill set, look at it this way. You are trying to transition, right? Because you've seen a need for yourself to do something better with your life. But you know that in that job market there are people that have actually been in that role for 10 years, also applying to the same job as you. If they get a rejection, they won't blame the boot camp they attended for the reason why they got it, because they didn't even attend any boot camp. They have the experience, but they are getting rejections too. That's to let you know that rejections is not carrying any tag of anybody in particular. Rejection is part of the journey, but you cannot afford to give up. A lady shared a success story with me recently, and she was saying that she was at the verge. I didn't even remember talking to her, but she said she was at the verge of giving up when she booked a consultation to just talk to me, and I encouraged her. She said she mentioned about wanting to join one of my courses. I think she wanted to join the compliance, but she said I encouraged her at the time to join project management. And today, she shared a success story of getting a job. And guess what? The job also came with visa sponsorship. So that's why you cannot allow fear to cripple you. Everybody gets rejection. I do. In business, I get rejections. There's some things I feel that I deserve. There's some things I feel that should be automatic, but sometimes it doesn't come that way. Yemi says confusion between digital marketing and business analysis role. I've been in marketing through traditional and strategic marketing, but I have interest in 2 career paths and I don't know which one to go for. So Ebere says, I've done loads of courses and I just got rejection because of salary threshold. I can't remember anything from my Scrum of 2021 from Scrum Alliance. I can't remember, Jack. I need Jesus. Jesus has brought you here. So, well, Jesus has brought you here. Jesus has brought you here. Of course, if you did something 2-3 years ago, if you're not practicing, if you're not in a room, and guess what is between you and the people that share their success stories and that start seeing themselves after they do boot camp as the professional for that field? The difference is that they actually kept applying till they got a job. You just need that your first job. Once you get that job, you are now an actual project manager. You are now and you are now like every other person in the market, right? So you can't afford to give up. And that's why you need refresher courses. That's why you need to try something new. The Scrum field is actually great, but you need to have something else in addition, because Scrum on its own is very, very niche. So Adeshola said, fear has now set in because of the new rules in care, which now makes me feel stuck. Peter says, I need help. I've been doing a job by 8 for more than 4 years now. I need interview help, roadmap. I feel I'm stuck in care. ChatGPT said, I need courses. I don't need courses. I need to get a job. I need interview help. I used AI apply. Messed me up during my interview. Right. So now let's get into why people struggle to transition right to tech. If you need help, with interview, we have an interview service as well, right, that you can position for, that you can actually apply to, right? And we have the full rebrand for those that are not getting interviews at all. But the first thing is, what field are you having applying to these jobs in? Are they fields, that are in demand? Or you're applying to a job that's already you're not standing out. So why do people struggle to transition to tech? First of all, is the skill gap. The fast-paced nature of the tech industry means that many newcomers lack the latest and in-demand skills, and which is why a 2 years ago course, a 4 years ago course, if you did not get a job that is keeping you in it, or if you were not practicing, you might need a refresher, you might need something new to add to it. Lack of experience in the industry. Breaking into tech usually require breaking into tech often require relevant experience, which can be difficult to acquire. Which is why our courses come with practical work experience through real clients projects to give you that first buffer you need, before you get into the actual industry. The fierce competition. This fierce competition is no joke. Like I said, you are competing with people that actually were made redundant from that role. Some people have been project manager for 10 years. But guess what? Some people are a project manager for 10 years, but you are better than them, especially if you pass through an intense bootcamp, you did your part. Some people have been project manager for 10 years, but they've only done what type of projects? Or they've only muted me. They've only done one type of project. What's muting me every minute? So they've only done one type of project, they've only done one segment of the role of a project manager. In fact, some people did not even have degree before they got that job some years back. And now switching job is always a problem, because anytime you want to apply to a new job, especially if you've gone far in your career, they will keep asking you, and you are competing with people that don't have degree at all in any field. So many people encounter similar obstacles when breaking into the tech industry. These challenges create barriers, create that fear that you said you have additional, making it hard to transition smoothly. Understanding them is the first step to overcoming them. And why does our approach at RKY Careers give you the best results? We bridge that skill gap. So sometimes that problem is a skill problem. The reason why you're not passing interviews sometimes could be a skill problem. If you're not technical, you're just not technical. You can't use guess games to pass an interview. And if you manage to do that, when you get the job, you'll be found out. You'll be living like an imposter, waiting to be caught. So is it a skill problem or an experience problem? We help you integrate real world projects, real clients projects, right, into our program so that you can gain that experience while transitioning. Another one is standing out with support. Some people, they do training in YouTube and everything, but they don't know how to put their CVs and put the right keywords to even get them interview. If you're not even getting an interview at all, how can you even prove yourself? It's just like saying, I'm the best swimmer in the world, but they're not picking me to join this competition to swim as well, to show myself. If you're not being picked to join a shortlist to show your skill, then you are not able to show that you are the best person for the role. And investing in RKY careers means investing in 90% of your future. For that person that has the 6-figure job, or for that person that now has visa sponsorship, imagine just the training they enrolled in has opened the door that has now kept them and their settlements in the UK guaranteed and sorted. So how do we set this stage for excellence? Through our practical experience-based boot camps, our networking events and workshops like the Limitless Without Borders I mentioned earlier, our personalized career branding services like the interview prep, career advisory, and all those ones. Through immersive learning experience, we foster an environment where learning is not passive but active. And then through our community of innovators. So meet Korede. Korede joined our data analysis bootcamp Already joined our data analysis bootcamp a few years ago, and she was coming from a customer service experience in Nigeria. And after this, after this experience, she did our bootcamp, and today she works in WorldPay as a data analyst, a technical reporting analyst too. She's even been promoted. She's actually one of the nominees for our upcoming award for Tech Trailblazer. So imagine, from enrolling in bootcamp to getting a job, to getting promoted at work, to being an award-winning tech professional, all because she started a journey with RKY Careers. So she said yes to growth. She took the chance. And today is your turn to make that decision that will change your life as well. We have over 2,500 success stories, including visa sponsorship jobs. And we are proud to be a driving force. We are proud to be a driving force in bridging global tech skills gap, equipping individuals with the essential skills and experience they need to innovate and thrive. Here are some of our 2,500 success stories of our students who have landed different jobs, from communications officer to onboarding advisor to data analyst to project manager to PMO, right, to product owner, and so much more. We have some more here, right, from healthcare to project management, right, to principal auditor, to information analyst in the healthcare. Yeah, more recent ones as well. Data analyst, after data analyst, this is another data analyst role. This is the second job of after our bootcamp. Performance analyst role. This is another success story. Revenue analyst, senior compliance analyst, information compliance analyst, sales analyst, and so much more. Here are more again, from revenue planning analyst, compensation analyst, product manager, data reporting analyst, business support officer, projects manager, admin, cybersecurity, visa sponsorship job after PMBA bootcamp, AML analyst role, and so much more. One of the things also, we have digital marketing, the communications officer, the communications officer, it's part of the digital marketing success stories. So in digital marketing, your job title might not be digital marketer. It might be SEO specialist, it might be PPC specialist, it might be communications officer, and so on and so forth. So why AI skills are essential today? So in our courses, like I said, our courses are AI powered. When I say AI powered, I'm not saying it's AI that will teach you. I'm saying that we have a module in our courses that is added that teaches you how to apply AI to your career path, to your field, to your role, to your productivity and processes. 80% of global businesses are adopting AI. AI enhances efficiency, decision making, and automation. AI skills are now critical for career growth and innovation. So AI-driven analytics, predictive modeling, and data visualization. AI. So we work on different AI-related projects. Now, here are more success stories. There are more success stories on third-party platforms as well, from Trustpilot. I'm sure we all know what Trustpilot is, and I'm sure we all know Google reviews. So we've got 5-star reviews on this platform. So these are our students that have landed the job. I highly recommend. RKY came highly recommended at a time when I was pregnant with skepticism on transitioning from traditional banking to tech-driven career paths. The relationship was fire from the get-go. They provided the right guidance, nuggets, and I have no regret signing up for them. I open my mind to the opportunities I have been dreaming for. Cohorts like Dairy, Emmanuel, Sandra, and Lead My Face, and made a learning experience worth every penny. I'll recommend RKY careers to tech enthusiasts. I attended the KYC bootcamp and was genuinely impressed by the depth of the training, and it provided comprehensive overview of RKYC and CDD and so on. And I had an amazing experience. Their team is professional and knowledgeable. Thanks to their support, I feel prepared and motivated. I highly recommend RKY careers. And so on and so forth. So how do our bootcamps fit into the current landscape? So each course you see today is carefully designed to give you a clear pathway from learning to doing, aligned with high-demand tech roles, built for practical job-ready skills, structured to career support, to support careers as well. So now let's start with project management. Do we have people here who are interested in being project managers or business analysts? Please comment if projects. Okay, so before we even do that, what would you want your next job title to be? Let's comment it in the next comment section, in the chat box. What will you want your next job title to be? Everybody, I want to hear what everybody's next job title, what you want your next job title to be. What's your next job title? What is your next job title? Marketing manager. Fantastic. Compliance or data analysis. Fantastic. What do you advise for someone in HR? Wow, I love that. I'm going to answer that, by the way. Data analyst from Folawi, your GRC special analyst. Ene says business analyst. Kayode says business. Kayode says compliance or data protection officer. Nelson says IT project manager. Smith data analyst, and Edith project manager. For HR, I love the HR field. And a lot of people always struggle to get into HR in the UK, especially because of the different jurisdictional and everything, jurisdictional and regulatory space and environment. But the good thing you can do for yourself, if you are in HR, is to add tech to it and use the tech part to get into HR. Add tech to your HR. Add tech to your HR and use tech, get in from the tech side. So what we would usually advise some of our students is, you can see that when I was reading success stories, I read some that were titled compensation analyst, reward analyst, HR analyst. So you can add analytics to that by joining our data analysis bootcamp. And then, you position yourself for HR analyst role. HR data analyst, HR this, HR that, HR compensation analyst, reward analyst, benefits analyst, and so much more. So Priscilla says project manager, Moshood says data analyst. Okay, all those that say the project manager in the house, say, hey, we are here to talk about project manager. So yeah, let's go. So project management is one of the career paths that is still and currently and will be in demand over time. The tools being used to deliver the projects or the methodologies remain the same. The tool systems and so might change, but project management will always be in demand. It remains one of the most in-demand fields as organizations continue to prioritize structure, efficiency, and predictable delivery across their teams and their operations. So companies are placing increasing value on professionals who demonstrate practical experience in coordinating tasks, managing timelines, and supporting functional teams, and ensuring projects stay on track from initiation to completion. Beyond certifications, employers want to see evidence that candidates have handled project documentation, risk logs, communication, project charter, delivery support, and so on. And when it comes to visa sponsorship, one thing I love about the project management space is that it gives the opportunity to be able to position yourself for a wide range. You can see how many codes are related to project management here. We've got the engineering project management 2127, 2133 IT business analysts, architects and system designers. We've got the finance and investment analysts and advisors. Right, we've got business and related research professionals, business and so on. You can see the codes on the screen. So how do we position as well for business analysis? The same thing. Business analysis continue to expand as organizations rely on data systems and process optimization to drive decisions. What do business analysts do? Business analysts would usually are the ones that solve problems and make recommendations to organizations. So on a project, if we have a project manager and a business analyst on a project, the project manager role is to ensure that the project is completed within the criteria that has been set as success criteria for the project. So from budget, if we said we want to spend £2 million for this project, it has to be £2 million. So the scope, if we said this project includes this, but don't do this part is not part of the project, then it means that part is not part of the project. But all the parts they've said must be included in the projects. The role of the project manager is to ensure all of these are delivered and done. Also, we've got the quality, we've got the timeline. If we've said 3 months is when this project should be completed, it should be 3 months. So that's the role of the project manager, to ensure that all those things, right, all those criteria are ticked. While for the business analyst starts by understanding the problem that is being solved better by doing interviews, facilitations, and requirement elicitations with the sponsor, the client, or the stakeholder. This is your problem you're trying to solve. When did you start facing it? What would be a typical solution? What would a typical solution look like? And so they will ask all those questions, and then when they ask all the questions, they put it in, formats that are understandable by business or that are used by business analysts, called user stories, epics and features, and all of those things. And then what they do. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mommy, what's that? So what they do is to ensure that the So what they do is right. So business analysts work hand in hand with project managers and other project team members to ensure that project is delivered. If the business analyst did not capture the need of the business properly, they won't translate this properly to technology, because they are the ones that understand the non-technical explanation given by the customers or the client or stakeholders, and they are the ones that will translate this in a technical language that is understood by technology or the engineering team that will then implement the project. Who can take this course? So it's a 4 months course, 7 weeks of classes that cover BA and PM. After these 7 weeks of classes that would hold on Saturday and Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. for 7 weeks, we then move on to the work experience phase. This is the most intense phase of the program, where you then get to roll your sleeve and apply everything that you've learned in theory to practice. So you get a client that is assigned to you and their projects, and your goal is to make sure you satisfy the clients and deliver the client's projects. You learn tools like ClickUp, and you use them: ClickUp, Jira, MS Projects, Balsamiq. You also learn technologies and frameworks like Scrum, Agile, Prince2, Waterfall. and you gain experience in this field, in this as well. So the project experience parts last for 2 months, after which we'll now move on to 1 week of career support session, where everything you've learned in the theory and the work experience part will be consolidated, and you'll be prepared for the job itself. So we can take this course from fresh graduates to professionals switching to PM or BA, to degree seeking, to degrees or degree holders seeking practical work experience, to aspiring project managers or business analysts, or anyone who wants to position themselves for visa sponsorship, career prospects and high earning role, and consultants who want to enhance their project experience. So eligibility for visa sponsorship, just like I read out, you can see on the screen, it's eligible for visa sponsorship. And these are the roles you can position yourself for after the bootcamp, from project coordinator to change manager to project manager, PMO, junior project manager. Then on the BA side, we've got BA, transformational analyst, solutions analyst, change analyst, and so on. So based on everything I've said in this bootcamp, what do you get? You get 7 weeks of live classes. You get 2 months on real experience. You get to acquire skills and understand techniques and framework. You get access to our LMS for up to 12 months. So our LMS is where all the recordings of our classes and other resources for the courses are uploaded to. So you get access to this. You get access to this for 12 months. So we have people that after they land a job, they still want to do a refresher, and then they want to do a refresher, and then they've got just visit their LMS to catch up on what was taught in class. Also, we do your CV and LinkedIn for you for free, the way we know recruiters want to see it. Then you get a UK work reference. It's not easy as an immigrant that don't have UK work experience to try to get a job here. You will constantly be asked if you have UK work experience, but we are going to solve that for you, because when we revamp your CV, the projects you worked on will be featured as a work experience on your CV. Then you get a globally recognized certificate of completion, and then you get to position yourself for visa sponsorship. So for everything I have said already, this cost should be should be costing nothing less than £2,000, right? £2,000. But guess what? We have a special offer for you today, and the special offer is actually showing 599 here, but because you guys are here on this call, I'm giving you a special discount that brings it further down to £450. So can we drop the link for people to secure their slots? So for all of you that chose project manager, from Priscilla to Nelson to Edith to Okpayemi, now is your call to Ene. Now is your call to secure your slot. And if you are joining from Nigeria, we have a special rate for you. All you need to do is to send the message to one of the numbers on the screen to say where you are based, and you'll be given what the rate is for Nigeria. Right, so Comfort, you should still have access to the LMS, and if you are struggling with the LMS, right, you can reach out. But we are changing the model for the LMS. We are migrating the LMS, right, to give an opportunity where people can actually subscribe to stay. Even after years, you can choose to just pay monthly a little amount to have access to resources, new and old resources on the LMS. Also meet Ajilaye Gloria. So Ajilaye was one of our project management students. You can see that our experience for showing RKY Digital Solution, but today she works with UK Export Finance as a business change analyst. We also have Gloria. Gloria also attended the bootcamp, and today she works as RKY as a senior project coordinator. So it's important. It is very possible. You just need to take the right step. So I've got a special speaker today who will be sharing his story. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing my voice, but like I said, in the comment section, the link to secure your slot is already there. This is the lowest you will ever get this course, because most of the people that I saw that have even gotten their success story today did not get this course at this price, right? But just for today, I'm giving a special discount that brings it down to $450. The discount code to use to secure your slot at that rate is on the screen. So I've got Victor. Victor is a senior business analyst that's specializing in business-led security, cybersecurity solutions. He recently transitioned to a senior role in one of the largest credit reporting agencies globally, making a significant step forward in his career. I would stop at this point and let Victor do his own introduction if he's here. Victor, if you are here, please welcome and thanks, for joining the call. I know I've been on and on since 12.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Hi everyone, my name is Victor Asami, and as a matter of fact, my profile is going to be changing very soon. So just for some of you who might not know, or if you might find it interesting to know that RKY has been talking about six figure since the morning. She's actually talking about me. And I'm more than happy to share my story with you guys. Everything RKY has been saying is absolutely true. That's the gospel truth. And I'm a living witness, essentially. And also going through the comments, seeing what all of you have been talking about, the challenges you've been facing. I do see myself in all of your stories because it has happened to me before. I got into the UK in 2022. Yeah, I think so. And then I was in Liverpool. My first job was as a support, what do they call it? Support role or whatever. Because the the information then was, that's what's obtainable. But moving from Nigeria, or coming from Nigeria, I used to work with the UN, and I just wasn't comfortable with the best I could get, or the best I could do is be a support worker. I was like, okay, but if that's where we're going to start, well, let's start there. And I did for a few months, and then things got worse. And I became a care worker. I did that for about 1 month, and I was like, no, this is not my life. So I took my application and all of that seriously, and then I got my first role, but it was outside of the UK. So cut the long story short, when I joined RK, so when I got back into the UK from I used to work in Netherlands. So when I got back, I joined the RKY bootcamp, the PMBA. Because so back in Nigeria, part of my experience has to do with business analysis, but it wasn't called business analysis because I don't think business analysis is such a big thing in Nigeria that much, during back then, I don't think it was a big deal then. So I wanted to learn about business analysis in order to carve a niche for myself as a cybersecurity business analyst, which was one of my motivations for enrolling. And another thing was I actually needed a genuine business analysis related work experience in the UK, because I just told you my background. My UK work experience it wasn't something that I'm really, really proud of. But, you just have to do what you have to do. So when I enrolled for the program, it was really mind-opening. And with all of the support that RKY or that you get from enrolling in that program, which I also did get, preparing you for interviews, preparing you for even job applications, and most especially the work experience part. So immediately after that boot camp, so now this is something more on a personal note. Then I enrolled for different business analysis certifications. So I got my 4 certifications from BCS, that's the British Computer Society. I got my Business Analysis Foundation. It's called BCP or something like that. I can't remember the acronym, but Business Analysis Foundation. I got my organizational um, certificate, organizational behavior. That they call it OB certificate. I got my RE certificate, that's requirements engineering, and I got the fourth one is modeling business processes, that's MBP. So those four certificates, that was my personal, more like a personal decision to just take things a step further in order to be more attractive and to stand out when I start applying. And I did apply, and I got loads of unfortunate. Unfortunately, I got loads of unfortunate, but I did get one fortunate, and that's my current job. I started about 18 months now, and that's my first proper UK job, which was as a result of my enrolling in RKY bootcamp as a business analyst and project management. I'm not really a big fan of project management, but for those of you who like it, I think there are a lot of opportunities in project management. And fast forward till now, and by the way, so I did have a conversation with RKY about I don't just want to be a business analyst. I want to be a business analyst by practice, but also be a cybersecurity professional, by trade, that sort of thing. So RKY she sort of encouraged me to find a way to merge the best of both worlds. And merging the best of both worlds is why I'm able to land a six-figure role right now in one of the biggest, largest companies in the world. So I would encourage you that for those of you who are applying and you're getting, unfortunately, it's not the end of the world. You might need to change your strategy a little bit, because I remember early this year so RKY did mention something about flexibility that comes with tech jobs. And I do agree with that, because personally, I've got a 3-year-old, and I was able to, well, I'm still a stay-at-home dad, but I'm able to do that because I work from home. I only go to the office once in a month. So it helps that someone is at home, a parent is at home, and the other parent, could, because my partner works with the NHS, so she's able to do her thing, and I'm able to stay at home, and help out. So if that's the kind of arrangement that you're looking forward to, or that you do want, then your best bet is to get a technical skill, or to get a skill in tech. That's your best bet. If both you and your partner are doing shifts, you would hardly have time for anything else. That's a fact. And another thing I wanted to sort of add is there is no shortcut. RKY Bootcamp is not a shortcut. However, it's a pathway that has proven to work. I am a living example. I'm not telling you anything from theory. RKY is not paying me to do this. It's just that I've been in your positions before. There are certain things that I did, and I'm hoping that if you do the same thing, you probably get a similar result. And I know someone said something about using ChatGPT. I did use ChatGPT to get this new job. Again, I can see myself in almost all of you. I did ask ChatGPT. I supplied about 5 different job descriptions that I took off LinkedIn. By the way, I'm very active on LinkedIn as well. And I think every one of you on this call should be as well, because there are lots of opportunities you can get on LinkedIn. And I took out 5 job descriptions, asked ChatGPT for my suitability and ChatGPT's confidence that I'll get hired. And the top 2, ChatGPT said I was over 80% suitability and about 70% confidence that ChatGPT has in me getting hired. I applied for those 2 roles, just 2 roles, and I got one of them, which is the job we're talking about now. So personal development, enrolling in RKY Bootcamp, and not giving up. For me, those are the recipes for you to get to your next level. So I do hope that someone is encouraged It is not magic. Nothing happens by accident. But when you're intentional, you will be rewarded for it. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much, Victor. I didn't even know that you're the one speaking today. If I had known, I would have not, been saying this story. But it's good that, I was even saying, because I didn't know you were the one they reached out to join. But yeah, that's good. Thank you for making out time. By the way, it's not one thing I love about Victor, I don't know how he does it. It's not a new alumni, but it's very much in tune. Every LWB we put out there, if you go to LWB page, you see a video he has given us, that is actually like in tune with the community. He attends every LWB. He doesn't just attend as an attendee. He attends, he contributes, he takes advice as well.
And I'm attending this year as well. So I've
and he's
got a
attending
conference.
this year as
They've
well.
invited me to come speak somewhere in Amsterdam. So thank God the dates are not clashing. So I'll be there 9th and 10th. So I'll be back for LWB this year. I'm never going to miss it. So nobody should miss it. If they are really serious about their next level, they shouldn't miss it.
Exactly. So I like the fact that all the things I said, Victor is able to corroborate it, and he has said it all, right? It doesn't just end in pain. Some people pay for boot camps and they just sit down and look for faults that they can pick and say that's the reason why they didn't get a job. You need to play your part. You need to play your part, and playing your part does not even end in participating. You see the job application process itself. It's a job, and nobody is coming to save you on that one. You need to apply like your life depends on it. And you can be more strategic. You can see the way he said he did this, like give your CV to ChatGPT, give your job descriptions to it, tell it to tell you the one that is more fit, tell it to fine tune your CV more to the ones you want to apply for. We have a lot of things at our disposal this 2026 to not to stay behind. Basically, there's information, there's a lot compared to like when I started my career. You're only limited to the support or the influence of if your parents are not educated enough to tell you do this, take this course, don't take this course. You probably would not know the right things to do. But 2026, information overload. Everything is overload. Artificial intelligence beating human intelligence. So we just need to take advantage as much as possible. And sometimes when you want to, okay, let me take this question for Victor. How do you identify and strategize the jobs on LinkedIn again for a higher chance of getting a positive feedback? By the way, don't forget that Victor was in a job. He wants a new job, and he was strategic. He picked 2 jobs. He said he pasted it in ChatGPT, But if you don't have another job at the moment, you can't do 2 jobs only. You need to apply strategically to as many jobs as you can. But he applied to 2 jobs. He managed, to get one of them because he was strategic about it. But I'll let him share his strategies all over again, right? But don't limit yourself to just applying to 2 jobs. Do you get, Victor?
Yes. So talking about strategy for getting jobs, this is my personal opinion, guys. So I do not necessarily believe in quantity. I believe in quality. When people are applying for jobs, they apply like it's more about if you're able to do 50 per day. Yeah, it's fine to do 50 per day, but out of those 50, how many of them are actually top quality? So I'll give you an example. This example, ChatGPT told me that I have a high percentage of suitability and hiring confidence for 2 jobs, and I ignored the remaining 3 because the numbers don't lie, isn't it? So for those 2 ones, then I digested the job description. For me, job description is an expo. Job description is what interviewers would base all of their questions on. They already gave you an expo. It now depends on how good you are in stripping down all of the content of the job description. And like I always say, people who are interviewing you, most of them, they already have a guideline. They are already. It's not a freestyle. It's a controlled exercise. So they're expecting you to say certain things. They want to hear certain things. As long as they hear it, you've passed. So it's the same thing for when you're looking for a job on LinkedIn. Personal opinion. Try as much as possible to find jobs that you believe that you're qualified for and that you can do it, at least by 70%. Don't aim for 100%. There is no job you can 100% do. I don't think it exists. Aim for 60, 70%, then pour all of your attention into applying as qualitative as possible for that role. Trust me, if you put in a quality application, you have a higher chance. Now, nothing is guaranteed, but you would have a higher chance of getting the role. And one more advice: when you find a role on LinkedIn, try as much as possible to trace that role to the company website itself and apply from there. I hope that helps someone.
Right. So that's a very good one, because sometimes the LinkedIn posts might not actually be the organic one that the company themselves are the one, shortlisting for. Recruiters go about different companies' websites, pick jobs that are vacant there and post it on their own website or on their own LinkedIn. So you want your job application to get to the right place, right? And not be filtered by some third party before it gets there. Okay, so as a beginner who is transitioning into BA, who is trying to build quietly and also be visible at the same time, how do you handle that? How do you mean build quietly and also be visible? So one thing I'll just say is that, as part of your process when trying to transition to a new field, right, your visibility, either you're even transitioning or not, is non-negotiable. And if you can't be visible everywhere. Like you want to be visible for your career or for transition, use LinkedIn. You are taking a course or you are taking something. Start from today now. You attended a course that is moving careers, but post about it. Oh, I attended this RKY career session about tech career paths to explore. This is what I learned. This is what it was about. Just find a reason to post something that is demonstrating your experience and relevance between you and the career path you are trying to explore. If you start the bootcamp for BA2 as well, post about it. As part of continuous development initiatives, I've decided, to enhance my BA skills by enrolling for so. When you start the process, whatever you are learning, put it on. It's easier to do content now. All you need to do is to give it to Claude or ChatGPT. I'm learning about this. I want to turn this into a 10-day content, whatever for, So one thing you want to do with LinkedIn is to demonstrate the experience before you even get in front of an interviewer. Gone are the days where interviewers, you have opportunity to, sometimes when you're praying for interview, what I want to say is that the questions you've prepared for that interview, sometimes you might not get asked those questions. So why wait for interviews before you demonstrate experience? Demonstrate your experience before. It will attract your opportunities. I remember when I encouraged Victor to post, to use his LinkedIn as well. From LinkedIn, Victor has gotten so many, speaking engagements. Right, he's gotten speaking engagements, he's gotten, so you want to do the same, like put yourself out there. Don't talk about your personal life. If it's just about talking about what's relevant to your career, what's relevant to your experience, and take it from there. And guess what? ChatGPT can do it for you. I'm a business analyst going through a transition. This is what is specific to me. Can you create a 10-day track or like a weekly track of what I should post today? If you attend any events, if you attend any whatever, show it. You are already demonstrating career progression even before you get the opportunity. Anyway, because it's not only project management and business analysis we are here to talk about today, we are going to move on very quickly. So if project management and business analysis is your area of interest, you definitely want to be on the other side. This is not where it ends with RKY careers. As part of our alumni webinar, we bring in different people to talk about different topics that are relevant, to your journey. This month end, we are bringing in one of our alumni as well, who has gone ahead, to leverage both the skill sets it got in the bootcamp as well as this vocational skill to process self sponsorship for himself. So he was stuck in care sponsorship, which was limiting his ability to explore, to be there for his family, to explore the skill sets he has and all of that. And what did he do? He leveraged self-sponsorship routes, which some of us might have heard before. If you want to know how this happened, join the RKY community, attend this session as well. We bring different sessions as well that will meet you at the different points you are. And also included is to attend the Limitless Without Borders event. So we're going to move on very quickly. How do you get a project manager job as a beginner? Because most PM job advertise require Prince 2 certification. Can an entry PM take the certification? That's why you need a boot camp. Most of these certifications, sometimes they would, like the PMP, they would need you to have some level of experience before you can even qualify to write the exam. So a boot camp will give you that experience that you can leverage. However, you can register to attend you can register for the exam. I think you can do foundation. I don't think you need experience to do foundation for PMP, right? For Prince 2. But like we always say, because you are doing boot camp does not mean you cannot register, or you should not register for continuous development certification. We encourage as many of our students, to start with the boot camp to get practical experience, which you will not get in the certification. But once you do that, try to work towards getting another certification to back up and make yourself different in the job market. So boot camp for certification and continuous development will make you stand out, but certification alone cannot do the job. I hope that helps while I move on. So Victor, thank you so much for attending this session and for sharing your experience. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for answering every time I call. Okay, let's go straight to product management and agile delivery. Agile delivery, which is Scrum as well, very quickly. Do we have anybody here who is interested in that career path, Scrum and product management? So product management and Scrum is very similar to our project management bootcamp. Is also, keep dropping your questions. I'll answer it when I take another break. It's a 4-month program where you go through 7 weeks of class, or where you go through 7 weeks of classes across Scrum, Agile, and product management. You get to learn tools like ClickUp, Draw.io, Jira, Visily, Figma, and the likes. And you also get 2 months working on a real product in a product-led environment. You will also build on other soft skills like emotional intelligence, team management, stakeholder management, collaboration, workshop facilitation, and so on and so forth. The difference between the project's way of delivering a solution and a product's way of delivering a solution is that the project's way is not user-led, is more client and stakeholder-led. What do I mean? So the client and the stakeholder, or the sponsor, or whatever, whoever is the owner of the project, is who determines what the success criteria is for the project. So if I say, this is my project, I want it in 3 months, I want it to look like this, I want it to look like that, that is the project way. So they'll try to satisfy me. But in the product-led way of building a product, they focus more on the problem and the user. So if the solution they are trying to create is for, okay, we know that we want to solve a problem about this. So instead of them just saying, this is the solution, they start by understanding the problem better. They interview people that are going through the problem. They call that user interview. People that are likely, to use the solution when they provide it. Are they really, experiencing this problem? Is this problem real? Are they experiencing it? Are they willing to pay to solve it? What does the solution look like to them? That is how they shape what the solution would be eventually. Not that somebody will say, this is what the project should look like. And then they continue to, iterate. That's why they use the agile from starts, because they are all working and it's dynamic. They're working and changing as they build the products. Also, their work does not end in delivering the end project as well. They also go ahead to get the go-to-market strategy and also to follow up with the success of the product.
Mummy, help me shave the hair off at home.
Okay, thank you. Shut the door. Right. So they don't just end by delivering the products. They also ensure that the product is successful in the market. So look at it like account officers that people have when they open an account. So there are some product manager or product owners that actually are building new products, and there are some that are like the account officer of the products, meaning that they monitor the product success, they report on the product success, which is why some product roles are not just salary based, but they are salary but commission based. And the commission will be based based on the performance of the product. So you would see, where they're trying to, before they release a new version of a product, look at a product like your what's it called? Look at products like your mobile app for your banking, as you see some questions pushed out to you from time to time. Do you like this product? Do you like this feature? Would you like this feature? Tick this if you like this feature. They are trying to release a new version, but before they release the new version, they want to justify. I'm in a meeting. It's my phone. Before they release the new version or start working on it, they want to justify the need. The user always comes first because the user is the key. So that's the difference between the two ways of delivering the same solution. So the solutions can even be the same. It could also still end up being a website they will build on both sides. But the website is not built because somebody said, I want it this way, I want it this way. It's more of, what do customers need? What is the typical solution? Does the typical solution look like? And so on and so forth. So who can take this course? Aspiring product owners or Scrum Masters, professionals looking to switch to SMPO, anyone looking to position themselves for business sponsorship.
Is it charged?
It doesn't have internet, so leave it. Degree holders seeking practical work experience, professionals, entrepreneurs, and small business owners. Another thing I love about the product space is that most tech CEOs always start as product managers or product owners. If you look at the likes of them, is it like them big tech CEOs like which one is it? Netflix, all those like US top CEO, they always start as product managers before they then go on to become CEOs, because the product way of the product way of building a solution also is a lean way, because they don't just build and then wait for it to perform. They are building, they're iterating, they're changing. It's a good way for a tech founder to start, a tech product. So that's why they make very good CEOs as well. So these are career paths you can position yourself for, from Scrum to Agile to program management, to program management and implementation manager, and so on. Right, so eligibility for visa sponsorship. This field is also eligible for visa sponsorship, as you can see on the screen. IT product managers, code 2132, under highly skilled roles. And we also have UX UI designers, application designers, and so on. So what are the tools you will learn in both our SMPO or PMBA bootcamp? We have Basecamp. You will get to use Basecamp for our program management. You use ClickUp for your project and product backlog management. You use Jira, you use Draw.io, Balsamic, Lucidchat, Google Docs, Whimsical, Visio, Visily, Miro board, MS Projects, and the rest you can see on the screen. So based on what I've said as well, I'm in the meeting. And keep your mouth quiet. Not in this room, you can't watch TV here. So based on everything I've said, you also get 7 weeks of live classes, you acquire skills and techniques, we optimize your CV and LinkedIn for you, we prepare you for interview. Let me tell you the best thing about the RKY Careers Bootcamp as well. When the bootcamp is all over, we don't leave you hanging. We actually do have weekly interview prep sessions that is unending, that you have access to as a graduate of RKY Careers, where you can bring your job description to where you have an interview coming up. And even when you get on the job and you need on-the-job support, you can leverage these Thursday sessions to talk to the trainers and the coaches to get, solutions to your problem or to whatever it is you need solution with. So just like I said, there's a special discounts as well, right? But before then, let me introduce you to Onyebuchi. Onyebuchi is an alumni as well of RKY Careers. He did the boot camp, and secured a product owner role, shortly after leading at a leading organization, and is still thriving and winning in that role. So today there's a discount, of £450 available. If you're joining from Africa, Nigeria, drop a message and get Naira discounts. So secure your spots. Do not sit down and watch from the fence. So today we've got Kolade, who is an experienced product manager with a proven track record delivering digital products across financial services, retail, and commercial banking. Is one of our success stories in the RKY Bootcamp. And Kolade, if you're here, thank you for coming to speak to us today. I don't know if Olukolade is here today.
Yeah, okay, Amir, good afternoon. I'm happy to be
Hello.
here.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon, Kola. Good to have you
yeah,
here.
same here.
So please share your success story and your journey with us.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I'll just give a brief background on, first, let me give a brief background on how I was able to discover RKY and how my journey, before going to how my journey in the bootcamp has been. So in Nigeria, I was working with a tier one bank, Access Bank precisely, where I was responsible for managing projects as well as digital products across various digital touch points. So by the time I was ready to um, move to the UK, I had my mind set on specific industries that I was going to work in. Yes, I mean, with that thought in mind, with that line of thoughts, I started, making applications here and there. Prior to that time, I'd spoken to friends who were already in the industry, had a couple of years experience and they were exposed to the nuances and the ways of getting things done, in the UK. So I thought that with that and with the experience that I had, it's going to be very easy to navigate, at least to a reasonable extent, to navigate the industry. But of course, the way you come to a realization that there's a difference, in the way the industry here, the UK industry, embraces you. So yes, the rejections were coming in, and in all of that, I did have one interview, and that's with a major scheme, and that exposed me to the depths and the requirements, when it comes to you being hired. So, I mean, with that insight, I knew that it was very important for me to pivot and learn the relevant skills and also get refresh myself with respect to how things are done uh, in the UK. And my mind was made up, and I knew that there was no way other than to continue what I was doing back home, and the pay was quite exciting as well. So then I was referred by someone, Baba Femi, who interestingly too, through the RKY bootcamp, one of the bootcamps. He was part of one of the bootcamps. He's also landed a role with a taxman in the UK. So he was the one who, made that referral. And I said, at that time, I said, hey, I would definitely sign up, which I did. And that landed me into the 13.0, the bootcamp that I have joined. So why RKY? I think, with what I've seen, because I've also similarly, I've in my career, in my journey, I've been part of different programs. There's a lot of in those other type of programs, you just have to go through so much theory and all of that. And if you don't have that practical hands-on experience, if you're not exposed or you're not involved in that role in your organization, it's going to be really difficult for you to actually give what is required. And of course, like you've said from the beginning of the this summit, it's the requirement, the competition is quite is stiff. Then you also have to give your best. So for me, what the bootcamp has done is, one, I learned new tools. It's hands-on. You have to set up those tools yourself. You have to navigate it yourself. And of course, the facilitators have been wonderful. They're always willing to challenge you, ask you questions of your own, let you to do the work, review your work, support you, where it's required. And of course, you have opportunities not only to be part of your own project in the court. But of course, the facilitators too will also give you real life industry scenarios from the industry, on how things particularly do. And that, for me, has been a very big plus. It has, given me the kind of insights that I wouldn't have had if I was not part of, the bootcamp like this, at least as far as the UK environment is concerned. And the bonus with respect to the bootcamp is that you are learning Scrum. I mean, the agile delivery. I mean, the delivery mode, and you are also learning product management, which is what I preferred. So it's like a 2-in-1, combo for you. So I recommend it. And beyond that, you would also, it's intense. I mean, the program is intense. It's intense. So I would advise that, while joining the court, you also, the success of it eventually is also largely dependent on your participation, what you take in, you reading extra, exploring and asking questions. There's no question that you cannot ask. Once you are not clear, just go ahead and the facilitators are great. They're knowledgeable. They are grounded. Yes, I must also mention the support that you would get from, RKY with respect to these other programs. It's not only are you learning, you're also plugged into the RKY community. So, updates on business sponsorships, updates on summits, updates on career support. I mean, quite a number of value adds that you would get if you enroll to the program. So I do look forward to me coming back, to also give a positive update by the time I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for that, for sharing your experience. It's well appreciated, and thanks for sharing that. So the person that referred you also, got a success story from the process right before you came on board. Right. So thanks for that. So I think I will take some of the questions that we've had gathered in the chat box. Tech role is cool for sponsorship, but can you talk about teaching and innovative visa pathways? So for the innovative visa pathways, it's not a pathway, it's not a tech pathway, it's a business pathway. Right, when you have a business idea, like I said, come to Limitless Without Borders and come and learn more about that. And I think somebody just shared a video we also did with one of the endorsing bodies. They are the ones that would be present as well at Limitless Without Borders. Kola, I hope I'll be meeting you physically at the event as well. Come June.
I hope to attend. Hopefully.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So as a beginner, okay, I think we've answered all these questions. We've answered this question. Do we still have project management support roles on sponsorship in the UK? I do not think so. I think it's on the temporary. They said they will change some things in 26, but I don't know if anything has been changed so far. Anyway, but project support officer is a medium skill role. It's not high skill. But the good thing is that you don't necessarily need to box yourself into a definition. There's so many roles that that don't carry the title you are used to, that what you will do on the job is actually project management or project support or change analyst. You can target those roles, right? But just measure it based on the salary threshold for the role you're trying to apply to. Okay, let's move very quickly. Do we still have data analyst enthusiasts in the house? I'm not even sure anybody said data analyst the other time, or data and business intelligence analyst. Do we still have data and business intelligence analysts in the house? People that want to become or add data to their skill set. In fact, I feel everybody needs this, regardless of whether or not, if you think you've transitioned to tech already, but you're still struggling in one way or the other, add data to your skill sets. In fact, when you add data to your skill sets, across different industries, you see that your role, if you can add an analyst to the end of your role and it will still make sense. But without taking too much of our time, let's talk about data analysis. Like I said in my intro, data analysis is the new oil. Everybody needs to be able to analyze simple data. And beyond the technical knowledge, employers want analysts who have contributed to measurable outcomes, such as improving processes as well, uncovering performance gaps, and supporting leadership with actionable insights. And personally, passionate about this field because I'm an analyst myself, or I used to be an analyst. I was an accountant and I needed something to add to my accounting to make me stand out and to make me, still relevant. I don't know if any of you watched my recent podcast where I shared about my journey and, and all of that. If you haven't, you should check me out on Instagram, Coach Rookie, and then you can check the link in my bio. I added it to the top of the link. But what are we saying? Data analysis is important. So like I said, I added tech to my accounting background to position myself for senior and relevant role. You can see the codes on the screen for data related roles, right? Some data roles are called business analytics or whatever. Some are finance and investment analysis, right? Some are the data analyst title itself, 3544, is actually a shortage role at the moment. And that might be an advantage for now until they remove it. What does that? Why is it an advantage? It means that if you get a data role that is paying about 36K, you might be able to get sponsorship with it, compared to meeting the threshold, because it's like considered to be a shortage role, but it's medium. I don't know why they would say data analysis is medium, but guess what? You don't need to. What I love about data analysis is that you can study for data analysis, but you don't need to position for data analysis job title. Add data to what you already have is what I always tell people. I used to be an accountant. I added analysis to it, and then I found myself here, finance analysis, and finance analyst. I was a senior finance analyst. So yes, it could be supply chain analyst, you position yourself, or it could be marketing analyst, depending on what your background is. Add analyst to it. It could be healthcare analyst, it could be health data analyst, and so on and so forth. But guess what? That skill set of a data analyst, where you'll be able to use Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL, and AI, is very much in demand, and everybody needs this, even if you're not transitioning. If you're not looking for a new job, you still want to keep upskilling and adding value to yourself. And who can take this course? Entry-level professional looking to start a career in data, anyone who wants to gain analytical skills to enhance and stand out in their current profession, mid-level professionals who are either transitioning from another career path or looking to enhance their knowledge, and so on and so forth. So it's a 13 weeks program where we cover Python. Is now also being covered. That's true. And that's the thing about RKY Careers. We always update our curriculum to fit what is in demand in the market. We saw that a couple of data analyst roles, especially the ones that we want our students to position for, the high paying ones, require Python alongside it. And so a couple of cohorts ago, we added Python as one of our, modules. The same way we added AI when AI disrupted the markets. So you've also learned soft skills through our group projects, working under pressure, team management, collaboration, emotional intelligence, and so on. Is also eligible for visa sponsorship. Like we said, you can see the data engineer related roles here, 2422, data architects. And then we've got the IT business analyst, some job titles. So sometimes when you're trying to search for jobs, take this with you. Don't search with the title, search with the skill sets, search with Power BI jobs, search with requirement elicitation jobs. For those of you that are saying you've not gotten interviews, or you're not getting shortlisted for interviews, or you're not even fine. Some people, your job, you just search for it, put your location, and you find zero, no results. Sometimes, that might be because you're searching wrongly. Search with the skills, search with the tools, search with things that will be featured in job descriptions that might not have exactly the same title. I want us to meet Rachel, who enrolled in our data analysis bootcamp at some point. And she put in the work, she embraced the support, and she grew her analytical skill set. And today she's an information analyst with the Public Health Wales. So she started first by getting the role as data administrator right after the bootcamp. And after that, she went on to get the information analyst role. So the current skills you are bringing to the table, so if you are in health or whatever, it's an advantage and not a disadvantage. Add our bootcamp skills to that, add the work experience we give you to that, and you become unstoppable. So these are roles that you can apply, analyst related roles that are in demand and are so much in the NHS that you can apply for, from data analyst to finance analyst, reporting analyst, health data analyst, clinical data analyst, BI analyst, and so much more. I've got more people to introduce to you. I've got Kunle. Kunle also did a course at some point, and then shortly after, he got a role as a data analyst with Prologue Fulfillment Global. Same with Christiana, who is now a sales data analyst with One Advanced. People are getting jobs. One thing I also like about our product, all our courses, is that when we say we give people work experience, or like every other training body you see out there, we show the evidence. If you go to our YouTube, you get to watch our students who have gained work experience with us come back to showcase what they've done to as many people that want to be there. So what am I trying to say? We have what we call the Data Insights Day, where our students come to present the projects they learned. So you can see how people are going from zero to experts. You will see them presenting. Sometimes we bring potential recruiters as well to the table. And one good thing again about data analysis bootcamp is that because data is quite broad, we give people opportunity to choose, pair themselves with the industry they're interested in. We have some people in our data class that are coming from HR parts. So that's why we have the HR team or HR group. We have some people that are finance. They are coming from finance. They just want to add data to it to position themselves for finance analyst role. We have some people from healthcare, and we have marketing. So you get the opportunity to work on projects that is specific to the industry you want to position yourself for, so that it's not just a generic training. You are understanding, what is being taught. Like I said, for this training, just like every other training, you get everything, like with free CV, free LinkedIn, access to our LMS, and so on. So the competencies you will get in the bootcamp will be data extraction, data visualization, data dashboards, business intelligence, and so on and so forth. And like I said, the value of this course should be nothing less than £2,000 as well. But today, I'm giving a discount that is lower than our normal discount, which is bringing it down to £450. The next cohort starts next week. Is it next week or 2 weeks' time? You don't want to miss that class because it's going to change your life. And shortly, the hiring peak for this year is starting soon, where there will be more jobs out there. Because the financial year has just ended and the new year is just picking up. There are new budgets, so a lot of companies now have budgets to replace, to hire people. So if you're also joining from Africa, Nigeria, you know what to do. The numbers are on the screen. Message these numbers on WhatsApp. These numbers are meant to be dropped on the group as well. Okay, at this point, I'm going to welcome Mayowa Omoyosoye, who is a current data analyst at Money Group, where he focuses on delivering clear, actionable insights to support commercial performance. Mayowa, if you are here, thank you for coming to speak to us today.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I hope you are well. Please introduce yourself and share your experience with us.
Okay. My name is Mayowa, and I'm currently working as data analyst with the focus of revenue with RKY and Money Group here in the UK. And the company is a tech company. And let me focus on especially my experience in transition from banking into data analyst. Like before I joined RKY, when I came here to the UK to study business analytics. So before I joined RKY, I do apply for a lot of jobs. Sometimes I get interview, and they do ask me some questions that even sometimes I don't even understand. I could remember there is one question they asked me, what is task schema, which I don't understand. So when I joined RKY, I know the kind of question they used to ask during the interview. Then I know the kind of experience they are. I mean, they used to request for. So when I joined RKY, during the training, I do ask questions in that regard. So that one has really given me some kind of leverage to know how to tackle questions, especially the technical questions. Then back to the job in the job market. It's not that easy, to be sincere, but I can guarantee you that there are a lot of jobs out there. And what you need is not the certificate per se, the experience, especially the industry experience. Nobody is ready to hire anybody without the experience. So if you gather the certificates, they will not even look at you at all. They will not even call you for the interview. But if you have the experience, especially UK experience, if you are looking for a job in the UK, that one is really, especially when I was looking for a job then. And to cut the long story short, I will advise all of us, especially those that have already taken the course. When you finish, that is the starting point. The tutorial videos on the MLF, try as much as possible to go back and still learn on it. Then aside that, there are still a lot of courses out there that you can still take. So it will not just be after the course, you focus on applying for jobs, but you forget what you even learn during the course. But by also developing yourself along the line, you're able to catch up and get the job. So thank you so much, RKI, for the opportunity.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us, and congrats, on the job. And you've heard it, guys. Practice is very important. As a data analyst, I used to say, they say this, it's easy to forget anything. What you need to do, beyond even just applying, doing more courses, is to practice, practice, practice. Go to kaggle.com, get free data sets, analyze data, talk about it on your LinkedIn, showcase your experience even before you get interviews. That's one of the ways to continue to practice what you've learned and to continue to have content to post as well. Right. And if there are new tools that okay, I'm applying to this job, they mention Looker, they mention this. In RKY, one of the things we also used to do is to do free certification courses to expose our students to more things that are out there. I think last year we did a lot of certifications from AI to cybersecurity to Looker Studio, right? I think for this quarter, we are looking to do vibe coding for all our students to get certification in vibe coding, right? So that is like another way to expose themselves to new tools that is beyond what they've learned in the bootcamp as the market also begins to change. So imagine you've trained somewhere, 3 years later, they're still upskilling you, they're still giving you things you can use to show your employer that you are, continuously developing yourself. That is what we do for you at RKY Career. So I don't know if we have anybody that has questions or that is interested in moving to data analysis or exploring data analysis. Okay, let me go back to go and look for those that said data analysis the other time. Fola Wiyo, are you still here? I think Fola Wiyo said she wanted to be a data analysis. Oh, not data analyst. Okay, so now let's talk quickly about compliance. Do we have anybody here that is looking to explore the compliance field? So the good thing is that our next compliance class actually starts this evening, and it covers KYC, AML, GDPR, financial crime, and sanctions, and transaction monitoring. So these are career paths that people can explore, from the 2419 legal professionals to quality assurance and regulatory officers, probation officers, and so on and so forth. So this is fit for individuals with backgrounds in legal, finance, or operations who possess meticulous attention to detail or a strong ethical compass. Companies are highly motivated to sponsor qualified professionals in these areas. So who can take this course? Early career beginners, foreign trained lawyers, accountants, CEOs, risk managers, and so on. You can see what the salary requirements or salary look like in that industry as well. Eligibility for sponsorship is what we showed in the other slide. These are companies where some of our students are working in at the moment, from HSBC to Barclays, to NatWest, Santander, and the likes. In this particular course as well, you get live training, you get, real life scenarios to get practical work experience from, you get UK work reference, interview preparation, and so on. And, I want us to meet Stephanie. Stephanie also completed our KYC course in 2024, and today she's a compliance monitoring analyst at RKY Olsen, one of the top firms in the UK. We've got Demola. Demola also completed our KYC course in 23, and today is an AML analyst at RPC. Oyindamola. Oyinda, who is here from RKY? So we've also got Ikechukwu, who landed a regulatory compliance role in the UK. We've got Esther, who landed an AML conflict analyst role with a law firm. And we've got a payroll governance and compliance specialist role in the UK. Right, so today as well, I'm giving a special discount for those of you that are looking to start the compliance course with us today, this evening, for £450. The discount code has already been provided in the chat box. And now I'm going to talk about digital marketing. I don't know, do we still have people that want to learn about digital marketing on the call? Like I said earlier, so digital marketing course is a 13 weeks course as well. All our courses have work experience. So if you know anybody that needs work experience, struggling with work experience, just send them down to RKY, because we don't just train them, we also give them work experience in this field. So it covers SEO, SEM, social media marketing, content creation, email marketing, and in analytics. And just like I said, the misconception that digital marketing is what you are hearing on the street when they say, come and join this community and sell the community to your colleagues and friends. That's not digital marketing. Don't get it twisted up. That is not going to earn you a career in this field. Digital marketing continues to be a career path, a reputable career path, with job titles like digital marketer, growth hacker, go-to-market, professional product marketer and the likes. And that's what we prepare you for here, not the join my community product digital marketing. Okay, so who can take this course? Graduates would need practical experience, marketing professionals, entrepreneurs and business owners, individuals trying to substantially increase their salary by becoming a full stack marketer. So these are the eligibility also, is one of those fields that's not only can give you sponsorship, but can also position you for the global talents, visa. So these are the training perks. What do you learn? You learn marketing strategy and planning, content and social media marketing, search engine optimization, email marketing and PPC, website development and optimization, analytics and data interpretation, writing for the web, which is blog articles and web pages, real clients projects to be worked on, and actual training value based on all of this. These are the tools you learn: Canvas, SEMrush, Ubersuggest, WordPress, Google Ads, Google Analytics, and so on. And today also we are giving a discount that brings it down to £450. Right, you can secure your slot. This is the lowest this course is going to ever be. Secure your slots to join the next cohort as well. And please, let's start dropping our questions. I can see some. So Yemi, you're interested in digital marketing. Do you have any question for me? Then for Yemi, I'm considering data analytics as someone in the HR part. I just need a short consultation to be sure I'm selecting the right course. I also want to know if installments are allowed. By the way, I think I've not mentioned that all our courses allow you to pay in installments. All you need to secure your slot today is 1/3 of the cost, because you can pay in three installments. You can also pay in 4 using Clearpay, but I think Klarna PayPal allows 3 installments. So you need to just pay 1 out of the 3 installments today, and then the rest will be taken from your accounts every month. If you want to book a consultation, if it's with me or you want to talk to any of our consultants, the WhatsApp numbers here dropped on the chat box is your go-to. But if you want to speak to me on a outside of this call can book a career advisory consultation. Okay. Any other question before we move on quickly? So secure your slots to join the digital marketing program. And we have the Excel and PowerPoint, and this is always the juice that we put on top, the cherry on top, right? So this is like a £50 course. And this course is for anybody and everybody that wants to explore analytics, but they don't want to go in depth to learning Python and all of that. They just want to be able to use Excel and PowerPoint. It's just £50 and it's for 6 weeks. And it's also as practical as every other of our other course. Right, so it's for anybody and everybody at all that want to acquire essential skills for future endeavors. If you own a business and you can't even use formulas and all those things, then you're not doing yourself a favor. By the way, people in Nigeria can join this course for as low as 50,000 naira as well. So if you've listened to everything I've said from beginning till now and you've still not found a course for you, then this is the one you don't want to miss. Like I said, it's £50 and 50,000 in naira. So good news, like I said, all our courses are available on installments from Klarna to ClearPay to PayPal to Pay Later. And these are more success stories from AML analysts to risk and compliance specialists to product management role to project assistant role to product manager role and to procurement administrator, or from procurement to Scrum Master to Scrum Master. So when I say post bootcamp support that we give to our students, what do I really mean? It comes in form of a weekly or fortnightly interview prep, regular mock interview sessions to help you prepare for real world interview. In fact, we tell you to bring your job description to the call or submit it in advance, and then the trainers and the coaches, they analyze this job description and come back to you with how to answer the interviews best. So exclusive webinars every month and featuring industry experts offering continuous learning, free bonus certification course with certification from time to time, visa sponsorship and global talent strategies, and on-the-job support. So these are courses, free certification courses we have done for our students in the last 1 year, from Google Studio to Python Masterclass to Cybersecurity Masterclass, down to Artificial Intelligence. And if you are one of those who have done training before, you already have the training, you already have the knowledge, you just want to get work experience, you have the opportunity to be able to join our Tech Accelerator program, which allows you to join the courses from when they are entering project phase. So this is on a discount as well for £399. So this is what the learning experience of our students look like. They use 2 systems that are used in real world to help them to integrate and help them understand, how it works in the real job. So you rarely see us sharing information of projects on WhatsApp. It will be done on the platforms that have been defined. Okay, so here are the upcoming courses for us or events. We have UK compliance today, Excel on the 2nd, digital marketing 30th of May, product manager 9th of May, data analysis 9th of May, and digital marketing and project management 9th of May. So we have quite a number of starts in 9th of May. So these are more success stories. If you go to our Instagram page as well, you see loads of success stories. So I want you to ask yourself today, is my current skill still relevant? Can I clearly show the value I bring on to an employer? Am I positioned for growth, sponsorship, and global opportunities? If the answer to this is uncertain, then this is your moment to pivot so strategically. So my question to you today, to everybody that is left on this call, is: are you ready to take that next step to actually secure your next role? Are we ready to take the next step? Can you guys still hear me? Hello. Oh, yes, we can. Okay, good to know. All right, so back. Okay. Opeyemi says, I, for one, I would not still be on this call if I am not seriously considering this. Good to know. But the most important thing, is not just to hear, is to take the action, is to, because, that 3 months that you spend or whatever months it takes for you to complete can change, the trajectory of your life as a whole. It can change your life. It can take you from where you are right now to where exactly you want to be. And just like I said, LWB is that place where I'm looking forward to seeing you all physically as well. And yeah, I think that's all from my end for now. We've got the business coaching program where you can, join to get support with, scaling your business. We've got the apply body again where you can apply to jobs, where we apply to jobs for you. There are some of the interviews we've gotten from our clients recently, from security manager to business analyst to customer support to cyber security to contact lens optometrist to ethics and compliance manager. You can see all of that. So also, if you're coming on to join the RKY bootcamp, you don't need to come alone. We have a referral program that allows you to earn when you refer people to us that you can take advantage of. So create a link on our website, create a unique link for yourself on our website and share this to your potential prospects to join. We also have a podcast, Limitless and Thriving. And yes, here's our office in Canary Wharf. So we are not just a random person, that is just, starting a course just to get more money or something. And I think that's it from my end. The replay for this session will be available on YouTube on latest Monday, and you have opportunity to watch it again. Can one book a one-to-one advisory with you? Of course you can. It's on the website. That you can send us a DM as well to send you the link. You can definitely book a one-to-one. And I think the WhatsApp numbers have been shared with you as well. Absence of any other question, let's all have a great afternoon or evening. Thanks.